All right, it's go time. Spa sign at the Agua Caliente Cultural Plaza. Let's get it cracking. So let's do some lay of the land, get right into it here. So we got the frame parts, 090, nothing really to, too crazy there. We've got some new kind of weird power stuff I'm going to go over. We got some weird little LED holders, and we got a switch birdhouse. Just keeping out for that. We got some 063 white. We only need it inside the one part. We've got basically the base parts here, and then we've got a lift point, and then a couple of little guys for holding on the little sidecar there. Keeping out for those. We got a separate page. This is just the jigs for the main box, and then the sidecar slash, it's almost like a blade sign. That's what I'm calling it, both there. So, but you got everything you need for this. You got your jigs here, you got your skins here, all on this page. You got the frame parts, keeping out for those. So, and then the blade sign sidecar is going to be backed up plex, so it's just white acrylic. That's all you got to worry about there. And then the actual cabinet, the letters there are push through, so you got 1/2-inch pushies for the cabinet. And then of course get these to first shop. You got your polycarb backers there, and yes, I'd like them to be 1/8 inch. And then I went ahead and put the skins for there because they're one piece there. Got the skins for you for the main cabinet. So, and then the top little logo is trimless, little trimless can, and the 3/4 inch clear like we do for that trimless stuff. So let's get into it. So I always say, yeah, I'll try to go over it, make it short, and then I don't. But I believe this guy is going to be very much, we're getting really good at this. So it's not too much weirdness. It is asymmetrical, so it's only single-sided. So some of the stuff is different on the front than it is in the back. I try to make the jigs universal though, so you'll have holes for riv nuts on the back that you won't use. So don't bother. And then like the notch and stuff for that is not going to be there, so don't worry about that. So and while we're here with jigs, you've got two little stubby guys. So you have these ones here, right? The kind of tan color. Those are all the same size, but you have two stubbies in order to clearance this curve. So just look for a notch right here, and then that'll give you your stubbies. So yeah, the notches and stuff will let you know the difference. Eventually, once we figure out the technology to get colored aluminum, then we can route the color of the aluminum to correspond to my pictures, and that way it'll be a lot easier. But for right now, we don't have any pink aluminum or purple aluminum, so just look for the notch on those, but otherwise it's all good. But like I said, on the face side, you'll do your riv nuts, but don't worry about the back. It just, that way you wouldn't accidentally put the wrong one in the wrong spot. So that's all. The frame is the frame. You guys are getting really good at that. So go ahead and just construct the frame, but leave faces off for the moment, but get that all done. Sort of like the Loma Linda Monument. I kind of made a cavity here that will exist in this spot right here. So that way just the back has the thing for the lords, and then the front, you'll have like a front cavity that'll be completely open for the pushies. So that's where that is. And then you'll have the openings on the skin, but that's basically where all the power is going to go and stuff like that. Make your birdhouse like you do, and go ahead and lords it or tack it to the inside, and then that's good. And then get that frame done. So because nothing's new under the sun, we're going to be going that ACC Cat City Big Monnies. So we're going to go ahead and make the base plate, and then I have the 193s in there that will correspond to the bottom, and then you're going to permanently mount the bottom to the bottom of the sign, and then you're going to make sure that the lift point is burned really well, and it's going to be a single stick of 2x right up the middle, and then you're just going to burn the lift point. So you want to make sure the lift point's burned on there really well, so that way it's nice and strong. Just like that. And that's going to go all the way down, and then you're going to burn it really well to the base plate. And then but by then you'll have the frame made. Go ahead and lords that to the base, and then the base, how low can you go? That'll just stay on there the whole time, around the shop and everything. So, and then the Mjolnir, you'll actually just weld that together. You got 1/2-inch nuts, but again, make sure you don't weld in the pocket. Keep the pocket clear of welds. Make sure there's no weld boogers when you're done. Make sure it's clean. That way install can slide that up in there and be done with it. But yeah, so permanent base, stick up the middle, all good. Oh, I just realized I'll owe you, I got the cut sheet here, but I owe you this stick here. So I'll get that laid out. Looks like it's 88. So, but yeah, I'll go ahead and get that for you. So anyway, so make the frame, all that's good. Now this guy here, you can make this completely, on its own. It's, like I say, it's a 5-inch deep box. Got a little curvy over here, but otherwise it is asymmetrical. So the back has a big old opening for you to be able to slide in all your LED stuff. This will also allow access to certain things. You'll see what's up. The face, again, is shoot studs. This is backed up Plex, so it's just white Plex. Don't have to do anything to it, but keep it clean, no scratches. And then, but the top row of studs will be where you go ahead and nail down your whites. So you got some reverse bends here. You know how we do reverse bend that, but this over here, you'll do your LEDs. So, and then when it comes time for assembly, you just try to, I don't know, puzzle piece, get them in there as best you can. These are 3.5 deep. This is 5. So it's a little tight, but I think you'll be able to get it done. And then that's that. So like I said, just make sure you got the back jigs. The back jig is a little different because it'll have where the 5/16 go. And it's notched here for the little pieces sticking out. I'll show you that. But your front one is clearanced for the backed up. And again, the jiggies should be different, but just so you don't accidentally put the wrong one, just ignore the holes and everything. It's fine. But so this guy's good. And I think you can go ahead and do the frame on this and then go ahead and lords it shut. Like this thing you can just get done, and then it's got top skin and bottom skin. So, but this kind of is its own unit. So then what you're going to do is once you get the frame done, you're going to make sure that you do on the face side. Again, don't worry about the back side, just redundant holes. But this side, go ahead and do your 4 5/16 steel riv nuts on the jiggies. And then that will be where that blade sign / sidecar hangs. Now you'll take those 2 sticks of 1/4 inch. We've done this before. It's going to poke out on one side. So let's go to my side view over here. Yeah, so you can see the purple. It'll just poke out just enough. That way install can take, so I expect this not to be on for install. They'll just take this over as it is, with the base and everything, put it in, and then they can slide this on, and that just helps level it, keep it good. And then they'll be able to reach in, take the top panel and the bottom panel off, and you'll be able, there's plenty of reach in there. You can reach right in there and hit those with the 5/16. So that'll hold that on. So like I said, not a whole lot different. It's fine. Just check all that out. Let's talk about the trimless while we're here. So the reverse channel style. So take the return, start the seam up here, put it on the backer like a reverse and weld it like we do. I gave you +3 so you can chop it and make it nice. Go ahead and drill a UL hole on your own because I didn't know where it would land. So, but make sure, but there's your reference mark. Put a UL hole, keep them happy. So we're going to do that. You know how we do the trim. So this is a number 6. Keep it to the back, watch the shadow. But this will give us, let's see, we'll go to the back page here. So this is a graphic on the front like we do digital print. And then it's this sort of brownish color or whatever it's going to be. But that's going to give us a glow ring, and Jim doesn't want a glow ring. So, I mean, it could look good if you wanted that. So you're going to have to coordinate, Jonathan, Adrian, whatever, coordinate with John G or Pete. So we just need to opaque this. I know we've done this before. So either get it masked and painted, or maybe we could do a surgical wrap in vinyl just to kind of lay it around and make it look good. But anyway, so just this spot right here, we got to make sure it doesn't glow. But otherwise it's diffuser on the back like we do, nothing different. So watch out for that. Closing in on it here. The other thing will be, it's just a matter of access. It's tough because this thing's only 8 inches wide, and to get the pushies, like this is really the problem area. So just what you need to do is make sure you leave a little bit of lead time after paint. Give yourself some runway to have just a little bit more time to assemble because it's not going to be fun. Because from these jigs here, you've got 16 inches to get to here, or you can come in through here. But again, you're going to be reaching up trying to get to this. So just, this is going to be a little pain in the booty, but once you get it in, that's fine. So just leave leave time for assembly. And then I asked you about those poster boxes. So this is what we're going to do. I originally was trying to put some white in here, but again, 0 clearance. You've got the pole running up the middle. So your white would be stuffed in here, and then you can't get your hand in there and all that. So I'm like, So I came up with this. We haven't really done this yet, but I think it'll work fine. So you're going to be doing, I ordered these in. I think we got 8 of these little pucks. And as you can see in blue here, each of these are basically laid out to the length that they need to be. And you've got mid, R, and left over here. So you got 3 pucks, and then you can put 2 pucks on this one. And then you can see where the holes are. Those are going to frap from the bottom. So once you get everything all assembled and everything, go ahead and stick these pucks down on each of these little tray things. And then there's sort of like this little bent one piece. You're going to come in from the bottom, and then, obviously the sidecar is off, and you'll just frap those in place. And then I think we'll have good side wash all in here. So I think that'll light up properly with the pucks across, side wash. Those guys are up here. So you can see it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So the pucks will fit just on there. So 3, 3. So go ahead and put like 1 puck on the end and 1 puck on the end, and then split the difference, and then do the same and the same. And then that should line them up all nice, just like that. And you can see where they frap, and then they correspond to this notch. And then there's your 3 holes to hit. Also, so I have you can see where I have the different letters, A, B, C, D, and E. B is the one that's busy. B has all of it going on. So B has these things going, and then also it has the little pokey outy things for the blade signs, sidecar to rest on. So make sure those I got 1/9/3s, put that 1/4 inch, tack it up nice, make sure it pokes through, and we're all good. So so that's what you're going to be aiming for. Again, that's what you kind of want to save a little bit of time for. Make sure you run your leashes and all that. So a little bit of after paint time, make sure everything's all good. You'll get your leash down from here, bring it down, and then this is sort of your collection point. So I'll go over that. But I've got the poster boxes, got that. Lift points, good there. Base and everything. So yeah, so let's go over collecting, final on our way out here. So another thing is there's no access. So I could put power supplies up here, but now you're trying to run, how do you get to this switch and then run power back up? And we know that power is going to be coming in through here. Install, you can come through here, but the hole's a lot smaller because you see where this frame is. That frame cuts that hole. So if you have to, you can come in this way and then feed it to here because you have openings and you can make your way through. But I see you have a nice hole on this side to come through, and I'm imagining install power coming here. So I was kind of wanting all the primary to end right here. So I came up with some trays that we haven't done yet. They're a 2-piece design where you can see where the blue line is and the welds here. Those are going to be permanently mounted. Let's go to the side view. Those are going to be permanently mounted to the back of the frame, to the back side, and then they're going to stick out. And then I also have them, they actually attach if you want. They sandwich this guy right here, right there. They sandwich the holes, and then they'll attach to each other. So the blue will attach and stay permanently, and then you can see where it's like this sort of L. So you can kind of reach in. That allows install to do all their power and whatnot. And then what you're going to do is on the underside of this, either a 12 volt or a 24 volt, you're going to mount it underneath upside down, and then that's going to create watershed, and it's going to hang upside down, and then that allows them to access this later. So because I thought after we put the sidecar on, it's kind of hard to access things, kind of difficult, this allows, you can see where the orange is, the orange allows the power supply to jut out, and then later on they can just take this panel off, and I know it's only 2 feet up, it's kind of tough, but you can go up underneath, and this allows a quick change of the power supply without having to disassemble the sign. So you can see where the white just clearance is. So this will be jutting out and all wired up once install's ready to go. So like I said, and then they'll slide that on, and that should clearance. So, but a little bit weird stuff. Like I said, when it's time to assemble this thing, make sure that there's you give yourself plenty of lead time on that. So anyway, so that's that. But yeah, those little the orange cover can come off, and then you have access. So install, that's for you guys right there. Make sure though that these are really properly bonded. So whenever you have the live power and then you basically disconnect it from the sign's live. So make sure we have 3-point bonding So we want to make sure the frame is bonded, bring it over, make sure this guy's bonded, bring it over, and this one's bonded, and then that goes to install, that goes to your main green, ground wire for the sign. So you want to make sure you have 4 points there with the, with the main ground. I gave you this one right here just to make sure. So that will be one leash out. Make sure that way that takes care of the frame and the switch and everything. And that way, if you frap and take this cover off, you're not live. So make sure everything stays, again, after paint, leave yourself time to do all this properly. So, so that's that. Otherwise, install, when you go to install this thing, you just have, you slide it on there and let it sit, line up. You'll have 4 5/16 bolts, put your covers on, but it's all good. The one thing that concerns me a little bit is just watch out for light leaks. I don't think we should have an issue because we have a pretty good flange here. See, this flange will cause a pretty good shadow, but the white on white is open on that side. But it's actually pretty far away. So you can see where the light's here, and then you have this much overlap. So photons aren't really good at like turning a 90 and then shooting out. So I just don't, because this really won't seal per se against the fact that the white is bent here should be okay for shadows. There shouldn't be any light leaks, but we just want to make sure that nothing escapes around the cabinet, once it's done onto the other cabinet. So this could potentially be a little bit of a place, but we'll just watch out for that. But otherwise, it's a cabinet. Just got a little curve, but we're all used to all that. So, but I think that explains everything. I think you guys got it. If you have any questions, hit me up.